Let me introduce you to Kathy. Kathy is a systems analyst on the HR technical team, and her responsibilities include maintaining payroll and time schemas and supporting HR, personnel, administration, and development functionality. Kathy is happy today because payroll is running well and there are zero production support issues. But she's been working with SAP for a while and knows that there are always changes in the pipeline. In fact, she has recently found out that they will be implementing Support Pack 41 in the near future, and she does not know if these changes will impact payroll or other HR functionality. Her primary concern is with their custom Z000 payroll schema, which is quite complex with over 1,400 sub-objects within its hierarchy, including functions, rules, and operations, all of which can have an impact on payroll if changed. Now, Support Pack 41 has over 500 changed objects, and Kathy is unaware if any of these objects are called by her schema. It's a good thing she has LiveCompare scheduled to deliver her weekly schema impact analysis reports right to her inbox. You see, LiveCompare has over 200 workflows, and this one here focuses on impacted schemas. Let me give you some background on the workflow. It connects to Kathy's SAP system and retrieves all of the objects that make up her custom schema. It also retrieves all of the changed objects within a transport. And in this example, it's reading Support Pack 41 with its 500 plus objects. It then executes an impact analysis query and has identified that, in fact, the schema has been impacted by one of the objects contained within Support Pack 41, that object being an HR operation called VA key. Kathy's organization has a dual landscape environment in which they have released Support Pack 41 in their development number 2 box on the project side. LiveCompare is configured to RFC into this box as well as TST, their testing environment on the production support side, which does not contain Support Pack 41. So by drilling into the impacted HR operation, we can see the new attributes added to VA key by the Support Pack, as well as any other code differences within the schema sub-objects. So now Kathy is certain that their main payroll schema is impacted and should be tested. But what about all those other HR transactions and programs? Have they been impacted as well? To answer that question, Kathy also has LiveCompare set up to deliver her weekly impacted executable reports. And what does she see at the top of her list? Transaction PA30, maintain HR master data. It's used quite often, and it invokes one or many of the changed objects within the support pack. In fact, as Kathy drills into the report, she can see that PA30 calls a change data element. She also notices the custom ZTab pay scale program because the support pack is changing one of the includes that it calls. All of these executables should be tested before the support pack is moved into production because they are used and they are impacted. In other words, they have been executed in production and they invoke the objects within the support pack. So before Kathy is finished with her morning coffee, she already has a complete testing scope for her HR schema and executables. But there are many other changes in their dual landscape environment, and there are 5 other LiveCompare reports in Kathy's inbox to help tackle the challenges, focusing on compared schema-related tables and hierarchies, as well as HR custom programs, configurations, and payroll result files. Let's start by comparing all of the SAP tables that influence her HR schemas, comparing Dev2 to test. Here's a summary of the comparison, and notice the status column. At a later time, she will rerun this analysis between production and test to make sure that everything is in sync and that they have a valid environment for testing. But notice the wage type valuation table, T512W. It has differences, and to view them, simply click on the table link on the left-hand side. Now she can see the wage types that were added to Dev2, highlighted in blue, as well as other discrepancies shown here in red. And by the way, you can run this workflow on all of the info type related tables, and it produces the same summary layout with the ability to drill right into the differences. Kathy is interested in comparing schemas between Dev2 and test and viewing differences within their hierarchies. Here's the summary layout displaying the total number of objects that are the same and different. She can navigate through the hierarchy to view code differences. She also compared all of their HR custom code. In one of her projects, he's been asked to identify the HR custom code that's in test that should also be in Dev2. So here we can see that there are 20. The programs that are only in Dev 2 and that are not destined for the production support landscape will be considered for their custom code cleanup project. It's good to see that there's so many in sync. However, these that are different will have to be looked into. And with LiveCompare, you can simply drill right into the code. And what you see in blue are the new inserts that haven't made it into test yet. If you're expecting this code to be in sync, you can click on the Transports tab to see a list of all the transports that may have caused the discrepancy. It's critical that Kathy's informed whenever there are changes to the payroll configuration, and LiveCompare delivers her a weekly report that tells her how many config tables have changed, and specifically how many changes there are within each table. Here we can see the check assignment to wage type table, T52D7, has 222 new rows in Dev 2, and 184 that are only in test. And by clicking on content, she can view those records. And finally, LiveCompare has a workflow that retrieves and compares payroll results before and after a change to the system. Kathy will want to run this analysis on Support Pack 41 to see how payroll has been impacted. What's nice about this layout is you can filter by a specific area or wage type and see how the values have changed. In summary, LiveCompare produces many deliverables for the complicated world of HCM. We recommend running these 7 workflows anytime you're promoting support or enhancement packs, as well as your business as usual and project-related transports. Kathy has embraced a lifestyle of simplicity and automation with LiveCompare. To find out how you can do the same, please visit our website at www.intellicorp.com. Thanks for watching.